I had always wanted to be an architect when I grew up. So I have a little bit of a right brain bent to me. And so it's easier for me to accept and digest and process creative, non-data related type stuff.
Bryce Blocker is 43 years old, a husband, a dad of 3, and a project manager in the IT department at a nonprofit.
There's some ambiguity when you're doing software project management in terms of scope of projects and issues that come up and challenging personalities and keeping the pace so that you can get it over the finish line. I love that it's a small company. I used to work for a much larger company, so I have more responsibility, which does come with its own stressors.
To relieve that stress, Bryce uses woodworking to find balance.
Woodworking has been my outlet for several years now. I do it in my home, in my basement, and it's just big enough to work on decent sized projects. When we bought this house, this was one of the reasons we bought it. I got into actually working with wood and working with hand tools, especially, and the tactility of it and the smell of it and the silence of it sometimes was just very comforting. I just finished a dining room table, full-size table, made from old barnwood for a family that had salvaged some material from a family property. I've done anything from built-ins to cabinetry, handmade bedside tables, and buffets.
Bryce's basement is filled with all the fun woodworking machines and gadgets, of course, but what he enjoys most is using his own hands.
The front end stuff can be noisy. The machines, the blood, sweat, and tears kind of getting to the point where you're not so brutal with everything and then getting to that more refined process. A lot of what I do, or what I enjoy doing when I can, is doing mostly hand cut joinery, hand planing the finish instead of using sandpaper. It just creates it's more of a craft and a learning, and it feels nice and it sounds nice. When you're working with hand tools, you're working at a human pace, and you can autocorrect and you can feel it and you can see it and you can hear it and you can kind of tell.
His favorite part of the process is the end result.
When you finish something and you feel it and it feels the way you want it to feel, and the doors close the way you want them to close, and the drawers open and close and sound the way you want them to do it, that's pretty rewarding. For me, I've always had a need to express the right side of my brain. You know, the desire to make things beautiful, or the desire to appreciate your surroundings, or you know, appreciate a certain perspective. I think I should have been an artist of some sort.
Holly Furfer, CNN.